Is up YouTube, not 15 fair to back for another what do I want to call these card whatever my opinions on cards, whatever you want to call it, discussions. Yesterday, or actually not yesterday, and I don't think that was one public, whatever. But last time we talked about the Angel Feather cards. This time we're going to be going over the Neo Nectar cards. Once again, this is another deck I play, so I'm just going over talking about like what you can do with it. Even though Maiden of Flower Screen is in the set, I'm not really going to talk about it because that card already came out. We already know how insanely good that card is. Like, if you don't know, like, that card's insane. Anyway, I'm gonna go just from rarities top down. This is the new Stride, the new Reuniclus. We're gonna call it Reuniclus because whatever. I'm bad with names. So it's a Stride version of the boss card of the cloning variant of Neo Nectar, because Neo Nectar you have there like there are quite a few variants of it. So it's once per turn you Persona flip, and then until the end of the turn, you can whatchamacallit, if you have if you have like two of a rear guard, like two copies of a rear guard, your entire front row gets 5,000 power, which is alright. I mean, free power. And then also, if you have two cards in your G zone after you use abilities, basically, Generation Break 2, quote unquote, um, you can then clone one of your rear guards, and that rear guard that you clone gets 2,000 power, which is pretty nice. It lets you further set up for Ranunculus's ability, so that way you can keep the 5,000, I think it's 5,000 everything, but you can further keep the ability going, which is really really good. And then we have Flower Cluster Maiden Selenia. This card's also really really good. We don't care that that crashed. So it's when it's Gem Break 1, when it's placed on your rear guard circle, you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Ranunculus in its name. You you can clone one of your rear guards, and then the card that you called from your deck, it gets another 2,000 power, which is also really really nice because you can clone basically any of your back rows. You can pretty much set up your entire back row by just calling this card. Um, the only simply because you already have your Ozu, which clones one, you have to have the original, and then you're gonna clone the other one with this. So it's pretty much can set up your back row. It's a very good card. Another way of It's just another good way of It's just another good way of whatchamacallit of I can't think of its name, but it comes in the trial deck, where it comes in the trial deck, but it's a gem break. It's the original gem break 2 boost to your cleanse thing for Neo Nectar. But it's just on call, so it lets you set up some stuff and lets you not if you want to do more cloning. Then we have early flowering maiden Via. If you watched the Vanguard episode, which even though I don't watch the anime, I watched that episode because I mean like Angel Feathers and Neo Nectars. I mean I play both of those clans. So Tokoha used this. Um, so this is early flowering maiden Via. Gem Break 1, you choose two normal units from your drop zone and put them back in your deck. And then if you have a grade 3 or greater grade 3, or basically if you have that Stride or Ranunculus as your Vanguard, um, you can you can choose one of your units and then choose up to 4 cards with the same name as that unit, and they get 3,000 power. So this card's also really really insane because the how do you want to like if I know our rulings correctly, which I believe I do, if you have 3 of this on the field, you can use the effect 3 times for each one. So it's really an extra that's like an extra 9,000 power to each of those units, which is bonker. Especially if you have Maiden of Flower Screen, like the amount of power you can get now in one turn, it's just bonkers. You and Nectar can get it's insane. This card's definitely another must if you're running the deck. I mean, it's just so good. And you can get more, and because Nectar works by cloning cards, you can just get more and use the ability even more. And then we have, I'm not gonna say for sure this is the grade 3, the optimal grade 3, but this is a better backup grade 3. Crystal Wing Dragon. So it's once per turn, Generation Break 1. You counterblast 1, and you can give 3 units up to 4 units of the same name and extra 3,000 power. It's not like amazing, but it's still The issue before with a lot of the with a lot of the with like a lot of like the Neonectar before, or as we have it as of now, is that yeah, you don't have like another grade. You don't have another grade 3 that can help. What's the word? Like you can clone a bunch with the alternate grade. With like some of the other grade 3s, like you can make clones, but having the clones doesn't really do anything. Since I feel like now Vanguard's gotten to the point where you need more than just getting advantage. You need to actually like I feel like you need like if your deck can't produce advantage, like if your deck just produces small advantage, it's not really enough anymore. Like you need more than that. Which is this unit actually helps a lot with that because your other like your grade 2s and your grade 2s are essentially going to be getting the advantage for you. Therefore you don't really need your backup grade 3s to really do that. But with this now, your backup grade 3, if you can't get to Rhinoniclus, at least your other grade 3 will still be taking advantage of the extra cards. So you can establish more power, which is really nice. Then on ride, you Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and then you can clone a grade 2 or less rear guard, which is not bad. So you can establish an extra clone for free. The last card we're going to look at that came out, or not that came out, got revealed, is 3 Apple Sisters. Because, yay! Everyone needs our fruits. So, this card is Gem Break 1. When it boosts, for every other card, or every other copy of it, the boost unit gets an extra 2,000 power. So, essentially, this has become a 10k booster for everything. Which is also really, really nice. Since you can get actually, it depends on your build. Since some people like to run 12k attackers. I don't run 12k attackers in my build, but if you run the 12k attacker, you'll have 22k minute. If you have 2 12k attackers and you have 3 of this on the field, you'll have hold on, you have like 32k power on both sides if you have Rhinoniclus or your Vanguard with Gem Break active, which is pretty insane for your regard attacks. The only thing is that kind of sucks is it's until the end of the battle. If it was until the end of the turn, then no. The possibilities of stands would be too insane. With the ability to do that, that would be too insane. But yeah, overall, I mean, Neonectar hasn't gotten that much support in the set, but honestly, I feel like this really is enough. Because before the issue with Neonectar was before that it was really, really hard for them to, like, once you established your field, if your opponent was able to wreck your field, you lost. Like, you just straight up lost. Like, it would, without, the only thing you had to, like, put cards back in your deck was, Primavera, which is, not the price, but, like, the counterblast and all that it's crazy expensive, like to do that. So it would, and Made in a Flower Screen, which is crazy price expensive. So although I think it's dropping in price, but if I recall, it's still like probably maybe I don't know, but it was 25 last I checked, or even higher. But so it was too difficult really to reestablish like cards that went to the drop zone. Unless you ran a Legion or something, but even then, not a lot of people running Legions because basically you just had Musketeers for your Legions, unless you want to go generic. But let's be real, no one's going to do that. So now at least you have more cards that can help reestablish cards back in your deck that you can then recall and stuff like that, which is also really nice since that was the main issue with Neonectar. But we'll see what happens since Field Disruption also is becoming more prominent with Shadow Paladins easily being able to disrupt your field. Although not as badly as like Kagero or Narukami, but they can still do it. They can still do it. In Gear Chronicles, still a thing that can do that as well. But yeah, these are all the new things. If anyone has any different opinions or any different ideas on these, just feel free to leave a comment down below. And this is Natsu of Team Fairy Tail signing out.